Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Don Walters welcoming you to another edition of the Staten Island Bowling Club. This month finds us at Columbian Lanes, and we have now narrowed our field to our top two bowlers, and they'll be competing for the championship match in just a minute. But before we bring you that match, I'm going to introduce you to my longtime co-host, Bobby Simonelli, and our more than cordial host over here at Columbian Lanes, Bobby Spallone. Rob, Bobby, first of all, Rob, you know, every time we come to Columbian Lanes, we always draw well over here in this house. It's a small establishment. It's only 12 lanes. We had 19 finalists to start this week's competition, finals for today's competition. We had a 298 bowl. We had over 700s. Scoring conditions are certainly on the upswing at Columbian Lanes.
Well, I try to put a good condition down for the bowlers, something that's pretty fair for everybody, you know, if they go straight or they hook the ball, and righty and lefty. So I try to put the fairest condition down as possible.
Okay, Bobby, we've got two right-handed bowlers. Can we look for high scores today?
I think we're going to have very high scores. One thing that I wanted to ask Bob Spallone was, long on the bowling scene, Bobby,
yes,
winner of the Staten Island Singles Classic,
yes,
which will be coming up, I believe, next week. It starts
Saturday
over at Country Lanes. And I know Bob Spallone, if he was bowling, he would be probably one of the finalists. Bobby, a lot of people have asked us what happened to you on the bowling scene. We haven't read your name in the paper, and a lot of people are curious.
Well, I was involved in a car accident about 3 months ago, and I've been going to the doctor, and they discovered that I have herniated disc in my back, and I'm not able to bowl now, and I'm not going to be able to bowl for at least 3 or 4 months until the doctor evaluates me again, and hopefully it's sooner than that because I miss it. I want to come back as soon as possible, but for now my health comes first, and I'm going to have to stay out for a while.
Well, Donnie, I think a lot of the scratch bowlers miss Bobby on the scene because he's always been a competitive bowler.
Not if they're bowling against him.
And he's always been the bowler to beat when they walked into the center. But I think he'll bounce back. It's going to take him a little while to recover, and we'll see him back on the bowling scene again. Right now, Donnie, I think we better get over to our final match.
Okay, well, before we do that, I just want to bring in a fella here that we all know who shot the 298 over here on qualifying on lanes 3 and 4. And ironically, today's final, he shot the first 8 strikes and managed to lose. That's pretty rare. Okay, Wayne Caslow. Wayne.
Ronnie.
Your ears have been ringing. We've been talking about you. Had a 298 in qualifying last Sunday on lanes 3 and 4.
Right.
I watched you on that last ball. You babied the last ball just a wee bit.
Yeah.
Umpire, you left a 6-10.
Right, right.
True to form. Today you started with the first 8 strikes on 9 and 10.
Right.
And I guess you ran into a buzzsaw in Mike Scotti because you somehow managed to lose the game with a 64?
Something like that. I lost track. Buzzsaw isn't the word. I got snake bit. The guy was on. He buried every shot. Case like that, you just take your lumps.
You know, I had you already written in for the next round of competition because I didn't bother to check Mike Scotty's score. I figured you were a lock, and all of a sudden he comes up with a 283 to knock you out of the competition.
Yeah. Well, that's where I had the 7th one. I says, well, this is mine. And then I says, wait a minute. This guy's not missing.
How do you like the conditions over here, Rob?
Super. Bobby Spallone did one job in this house. Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Scores have definitely, the cut scores on a daily basis have been up. I find that the score's been very consistent from the right side and the left side both.
Right.
And that's conducive to good bowling for both lefties and righties.
Condition is such, you don't have to make major moves. You can make little moves, and that's all you got to worry about. The rest is carry.
Right. Wayne, I want to thank you for bowling with the club.
Hey, Donnie.
I know we're going to see you Saturday at Country with our 16th annual Singles Classic.
You got it.
Thank you. All right, I want to bring in Charlie, before we go on to the championship match. Charlie, you know you had been tabbed as the early favorite to win in this house. Number one, because it's your house, and number two, because you get a few pins. You were throwing the ball extremely well today. You finished 4th place overall. You lost to Mike Scotti, who had advanced to a championship match.
Yeah, he bowled good.
Yes.
Yeah, he bowled super.
And you got Mike Scotti against homegrown Alan Fuca, who's a house bowler. Who do you like?
I like Mike Scotti. I think he's gonna win.
You.
Well, yeah, yeah, he shot good. He's stroking.
No, you know, he's got 3 titles already, so if he wins today, he'll be a 4th
He's stroking.
title for him, which will be a new record.
Hmm.
So we're going to bring them a match, and we'll see what happens. Charlie, see you Saturday, Country Lanes. Okay, I have one more bowler that I want to bring in, okay, that made the top 19 finalists. He qualified last Saturday, and this man is a picture of what persistency will do. He bowls every squad. He keeps trying. Mr. Jim Grant.
Hello, Mr. Walters.
Mr. Grant, you made the first round of competition. I think you finished 15th place overall.
14th today.
That's not a bad finish.
Not a bad finish at all. And,
180
well, it's a big step because last year I qualified twice in Jersey and not once on Staten Island. So I got the monkey off my back on Staten Island. So.
Well, you know, the next monkey you have to get over is getting into the next round of competition.
That's right.
Match play.
That's right. Match play.
And if you can get to that point, then of course anything happens.
Anything happens in match play. You know, so.
I know.
I'm rooting for my good friend there, Mr. Mike Scotti, coming today.
Well, there are 2 nice people out there,
Yes,
and one of them is going to advance to the TFC. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
I am.
Okay, Mr. Grant, thank
you very much, Mr.
We'll see you Saturday at Country
Saturday,
with our
definitely.
singles classic. Okay. We'll be back in a minute, and we will bring you a championship match that features home alley Alan Fuca, and he's going up against Mike Scotti, the winner to advance to the TFC, in addition to the $800 paycheck. Okay, we are back, Bobby Simonelli and Bobby Spallone, with our championship match. And this will feature Alan Fuca, who is a home, bowls right out of Columbian Lanes, against Mike Scotti. Now, Mike Scotti already has 3 club titles to his credit with the Staten Island Bowling Club. And Alan Fuca is looking for his first title. And Alan Fuca will be giving Mike Scotti 8 pins. So I think Alan is ready to start, and we are ready to start competition.
Bobby, before the bowlers get going in their match, maybe you could give us a rundown on the characteristics of this pair, 11 and 12.
Okay, 11 and 12 is normally the tightest pair in the house because it's used the least amount of times. But it's a very, very good pair. A lot of scores come off the pair. Both of these guys are house bowlers, so they shouldn't have a problem as far as hitting the lanes or anything like that. They're very, very used to the condition.
Well, they seem to be very friendly towards each other, and I think we're going to see a good match here, Donnie.
Well, they both bowl in the same league here, the Jack Nicholls Memorial, on Tuesday night, so they know each other very well.
Mike now, we're known as Smooth Mike. When he lets that ball go, you don't even hear it hit the... He came up a little light on that shot, Bob. I guess the oil patent is still a little wet on this lane. Mike is more of a straight shooter, and he's going to have to go more up the lane.
Yeah, he went a little wide that time. Maybe just a board adjustment to the right, and he'll be okay.
Mike is using one of those burgundy hammers that are known to grip the lane early, so he shouldn't have too much problem with the oil. Goes right at the spare. And he converts it.
I'll tell you one thing, they're both playing out, they're both out there having a lot of fun.
Oh, we have a big crowd here,
Yes.
Donnie.
As always, we always do with Columbian. And I just want to tell you that first place is 800 and second is worth 600. And of course, the winner will represent Columbian Lanes in the Tournament of Champions.
Which is very important because I know both of them would like to do that,
Yes.
to get into that Tournament of Champions.
That time Mike went a little wide again, Bob. He's got to take a lesson from what you said, that the lanes have a little more oil on them, and he's not going to get away with throwing the ball out. You can definitely see that the lanes have more than 3 units of oil outside.
Well, they all got more than 3 units outside, but the other lanes had the league this morning, and then they bowled on the competition all afternoon. And this pair, like I said, wasn't used that much, so it's a little bit tighter.
1-2-7. He comes up the lane, and he gets it right in that pocket, Donnie. That might have been a strike if it was his first ball.
Bobby, you know, spares are always going to keep you in a game until he can find a line that's comfortable for him.
Allen up on lane 12 now. Threw a devastating shot on lane 11, going for a double. He's going straight up. Ball didn't quite make it, Bob.
Nice.
I think you should have spoke to these two bowlers before the match. Being they are house bowlers, you could have just opened up their minds a little bit to let them know about the oil.
All they got to do is just make a slight adjustment with their feet to the right and get to the track area a little bit early. They're too far left because they were bowling on the other lanes, and the ball was reacting good on the other lanes. But
That was a tough spare that Allen picked up.
they'll make the move eventually.
See, the crowd is going to get into this match as we go along.
A very vociferous crowd here at Columbian Lanes.
I noticed the ball was doing very good when we walked in, Donnie. So,
You're welcome, Mr. Spallone.
so the crowd is ready.
Now you know where we had a long delay, right?
Okay, Allen on lane 12. He's going to pull this one up. And he leaves up a 7.
See, the ball is just not quite making it up.
He's not finishing as strong because of the amount of oil that he's coming up from. He's going to have to lay the ball a little shorter or throw a little softer to give the ball a chance to pick up a little bit of roll.
Now this spare could be a little tricky because if he don't go directly at this ball, he can miss this to the right.
He really pulled that one, Bob, and he missed it to the left. So,
But he must have heard me and over-adjusted.
well, we have our first opening of the match, Downey. Mike Scotti now getting up on lane 12. Mike is a little bit of a slow starter. Wayne Caslow opened up with the first 8 against him, and he came back and he pulled that match out, Downey. And then he had a very tough match with young Charlie,
Yes.
and he pulled that match out.
Yeah.
See, on that shot, Bob, I think he over-adjusted. I think he moved a little right, and he also softened up. And that's why that ball went a little high.
He held on to the ball too, Bob, a little bit too long. He's just got to have a little faith in himself. Let the ball roll. Converts the 6-pin. How about a score update, Don?
Mike Scotti is leading Alan Fuca with handicap right now by 16 pins. He has stayed clean. He's still looking for his first strike, but he's converting his spares, and they are keeping him in the game.
Last time up on lane 11, Mike went straight down the lane, and he almost had a disaster. Picked up the 1-2-7. Let's see what kind of an adjustment he makes. He rolls that ball down. The ball never picks up any roll, and he's got a problem with the 2-10.
Again, he hit in that oil, and the ball just didn't make it up.
Now I see why you're telling me that I wouldn't hit these lengths.
And who knows better than Mr. Spallone, right?
Well, he was
Oh,
always
no.
allergic to oil, Don. The only oil he likes is in the salad.
Okay, Mike shooting at that 2-pin. Just misses the 10. Just missed the 10. It's a nice hand from the crowd. 92 in the 4th frame from Mike Scotti.
Him and Alan Fuca, and he just didn't take advantage of it.
He gave Alan Fuca a great opportunity to get back in this match.
I really thought this would be a high-scoring match, but like Bobby said earlier, the other lanes had some play on them. This is a freshly oiled pair. Allen goes up, leaves up the 2-pin.
Bobby, why do both bowlers seem lost at this point in time?
I don't think they're lost.
They're not lost, Donnie. They're just trying to play the same exact line as they did on the other lanes, and they're not realizing that this pair is just tighter.
One of the hardest things to do in bowling is to go from a lane that is hooking to a tight lane, Donnie. That's a tough adjustment to make for any bowler. As Allen converts the 2-pin on lane 12.
Going by only 3 pins to Mike Scotti.
4 pins with a strike.
Right. So again, this could be one of those games that comes down to the 10th frame, whoever performs the best. And it's not news to Mike Scotti.
Well,
He's got 3
I haven't,
titles already.
Donnie, I haven't seen either bowler move 1 or 2 boards right. They're staying in the same
No,
spot.
they're staying in the same spot.
Pull down. Almost stole a strike.
Well, he leaves up a 3-pin, coming very high in the pocket.
I think he was lucky to get 9 on that. Trying to go 4 pins with this conversion.
It's not a tough conversion. Just go straight out the pin. The ball should stay there.
Bobby, they're all tough right now.
Pull that shot, Donnie.
Like I said, they're all tough right now.
That's 2 one-pin spares he missed. That's 20 pins he threw away.
Well, right now you can see that because of the amount of oil that's on this pair, it's starting to affect the bowlers. He pulled that ball like 4 of the 5 boards within his target, and there was no reason for that.
Well, because he has no confidence, Bobby. So now they're trying to push the ball up to the pocket instead of letting the ball do the work.
Mike Scotti from the corner. And
See, that was a much better shot. That time, if you noticed, he went a little more right, and he got the ball to roll up, and it came right in the pocket.
that was only our second strike of the match,
To
Donnie.
me, that it could get ugly over here.
Well, we got the Hooters in the back. A lot of Ranger fans back there. So after the Rangers won the other night 1-0, they're all ready to
By
go.
the way, I watched that game.
Okay, Mike Scotti with the first shot at a double. Rolls it up very soft, comes up light, leaves up a 7.
And you can see Mike Scotti made the adjustment because that was a good ball also.
He's getting the range now.
So what does Alan Fuca have to do now?
Alan Fuca just has to move a little bit right with his feet and just relax and let the ball do the work and don't push it.
He's got to trust his ball.
Settle down. That's the name of the game. He's going to have to pull this across his body. Too much. And we have another spare miss, Donnie.
Does anybody want this game?
Donnie, how did I predict a high-scoring match?
I just hope that the kids are watching this match because you're going to see how important it is to make spares in this game of bowling.
Well, I think right now these 2 bowlers realize that.
It looks to me right now that somebody's going to win this game by default.
Okay, Allen up on lane 12.
With another opportunity.
He's wide again. Bobby, he's not even coming through the shot anymore.
No, now he's kind of panicking now. He's getting out of sync and he's struggling.
This is a new experience for Alan. He's never gotten to this point with the bowling club.
And he's still in the game.
And he's still in the game. Each bowler is allowing the other bowler to get back into it.
This could be a spare to line him up. Pulled it across his body. If you notice, Bobby, when he threw that ball, his left toe was completely turned around almost past the right wall. So, like you said, he is definitely out of sync.
Yeah, without a doubt.
He started.
Not only that, his arm came away from his body and he pulled it across his body to the left.
He's starting to rush the line now. Our advice to bowlers, when you get into a critical situation, take a deep breath, settle down, and let the ball go. Relax. He must have heard me on that because he relaxed on that shot. And the crowd is with Alan at this point. Alan is all hyped up, coming off the lanes.
Bobby, that could be the turning point for Alan that gets him going.
Listen, am I in a bowling match or am I at a football game?
I told you it could get ugly.
Okay, we have Mike Scotti on lane 12. Silent Mike rolls that ball up, and he's got his direction. And he's got 120 in the 6th, working on a strike. 15 pins ahead of Allen, who's got 105 in the 6th, also working on a strike. So this could be a critical shot coming up for Mike Scotti.
Both bowlers are on critical shots as we approach the 8th frame.
Mike starts from the far left, drifts right, and just rolls the ball up towards that pocket. He went down the lane on that one, Bob, and never reacted. It's got to go up.
He got a little too fast with his feet on that shot also.
You know what amazes me? Both of these bowlers bowled beautifully in the earlier rounds, and now it seems title match, the wheels have just fallen off of both.
Well, the scores have been high for all the qualifying rounds, Donnie, so it's like Bobby said, the lanes were not used, they're freshly oiled, and the bowlers need more than one game to get adjusted to this type of a lane. He took out that back pin.
Well, not only that, you have the pressure of the match. This is for the title.
Well, Mike got a spare in the 8th, and he didn't lose any wood because he was working on a strike. Gives him 140 in the 7th.
A strike here, Allen can cut the lead to 5 pins.
Well, Allen,
Shot for Allen.
he's got to let the ball go. Can't hold on to the ball too long. Slow down your feet. Looks like a good shot, Donnie. Donnie, that is really something. You wait all this time to try to get the ball into the pocket. You get a strike, come up for a crucial hit, and you leave up the Lady 10.
You know, you're right, Bobby, but it has to help his confidence. He threw the ball well. He just didn't carry.
Now the spare is very critical at this point. Both bowlers missing spares in each game. He's got it, and he's up with 125 in the 7th, and he's still down 15 pins coming up into the 9th frame, a very critical frame. Spallone knows what the 9th frame means.
Well, this is the setup frame. You're down 15 pins. You definitely need a strike here because you have to get pins to catch up. And then the 10th frame, it's a setup frame.
Both bowlers should be thinking strike right now.
Especially
You have to get aggressive in this situation.
Bobby, he's really expecting the ball to do what it did in his earlier matches, and he just doesn't seem to realize that it's not the ball. It's the lane that's holding the ball back, and he should make adjustments, which he's not making.
Incorrectly lined up. If he was just a little more right, he'd be okay.
Tough spare. This could be the match, Don.
That didn't help his cause. 152 through 9.
Best he can do at this point is 182 with a strikeout. Mike Scotti coming up with 140 in the 7th. Would need 2 opens.
Mike Scotti needs 1 more. 2 chances to get 1 more.
The only chance Allen has if Mike Scotti would open the next 2 frames. This looks like a good shot, Donnie. Leaves up a 4 pin. See, he has a little more roll on the ball, Bob, than Allen.
Well, he's also using that burgundy hammer, which hooks. It's a very good ball.
I believe Allen's using a nitro. That ball goes a little further down the lane.
Yeah, it goes a little longer.
Well, let's see how Mike Scotti handles this 4 pin, because this could just about sew up the match for Mike.
It will. It absolutely will.
And it will, as Donnie said. And it does.
Barely. Barely.
And it does, Donnie.
Every spare's an adventure over here, Donnie.
Listen, can we start the show over again? Or these guys get warmed up now. They're ready to go. Allen just said, please.
Actually, Mike Scotti does have to keep the ball on the lane, obviously. And
Donnie, yesterday on the Pro Bowl,
to do that.
Pro Bowls ball yesterday, the guy threw the ball right in the channel.
Well, I was just going to say, at least we didn't have any gutter balls.
Oh, Mike rolled that down the lane and makes it up, and he leaves up a 5 pin. Just enough wood, Don. So Mike is safe. We can say he is the champion
Going back to
of
the Tournament of Champions.
Right.
This will be his 4th title with the bowling club, the first one ever to get 4 titles.
Well, he's representing Columbian Lyceum. He bowls out of Columbian Lyceum. So what better representative could you have to go to the Tournament of Champions? And he finishes making a spare. Donnie, it just goes to show you one thing about this bowling game. When you think the scores are going to be so high after so much scoring in the qualifying rounds, here you come into the final match, and the lanes being freshly oiled play a very important part in this match. And the outcome was that Mike Scotti, who has a little more experience
Definitely.
in match game play and being on television, come out the winner of the Columbia Lyceum tournament.
Probably, I thought Mike Scotti was much more relaxed of the 2 bowlers in a championship match. And I think
You
the final result
know,
shows
Donnie, no matter when you see Mike Scotti bowling, he always seems to be having a good time.
Yes, and he certainly had that today. And Allen certainly finished 2nd. Certainly nothing to be ashamed of. He bowled beautifully all day. I mean, we had 180 entries. To finish 2nd is not bad.
And I really guess the fact is that Wayne Caslow opened up with 8 strikes in a row against Mike.
That's right.
And Mike won the match.
And Mike come back to win. So there's no quitting him either. He knows how to win. He knows what he has to do to win, to get to the winner's circle.
Well, Donnie, it's been a very exciting match, even though the scores were low. And there was no one we thought was going to win until coming into the 9th frame when Mike Scotti made the decisive spare that he needed to put the match away.
You know, for 4 or 5 frames there, Bobby, we were watching a match, and it seemed like the other bowler was waiting for his opponent to give him the match.
Well, Mike Scotti finished with a 197. And Allen on the fill ball, if he strikes, could have a 172.
And I'm sure they'd both like to do it all over again.
And he looks a lot more relaxed on this ball, Donnie.
How many
172. He threw the ball a lot different when it was out of the wood.
How many times do you see that when a fat lady is already singing that they come back and they throw a convincing strike like that?
Well, they hugged each other after the match, Donnie, so there's no hard feelings. I think we'll go out and meet our runner-up and our champion and have Bob Spallone present the trophy.
It wasn't a high-scoring match, but it was an enjoyable match.
And an exciting match.
And certainly an exciting one. Okay, we'll be back in 1 minute. Okay, we are back at Columbian Lanes. I'm Donnie Walters, and this is Bobby Simonelli. We're here with the Staten Island Bowling Club. Bobby, another tournament has come to an end with the bowling club. We just watched an exciting championship match. And let's bring up our runner-up this month at Columbian, Alan Fuca. Now, get between us, Alan. Alan, I commented to Bobby during the course of the first 5 or 6 frames of competition. It seemed that each one of you guys was waiting for the other bowler to give him the match. Nobody wanted to take charge in this match.
Yeah, I gave him the match, that's for sure.
And
I
he gave
opened
you a
few
couple
times.
opportunities, yeah, and you couldn't take advantage, and
Yeah.
you gave him an opportunity, he couldn't take advantage.
Yeah, these lanes were a lot tighter than the other ones that we
Yeah.
bowled on, and neither one of us made the adjustment. And, well, that's the way it goes.
The second ain't bad, though, Alan.
No, not really. Now I can pay Uncle Mario and his income tax.
There you go. Bobby, I know you got a question for Alan.
Alan, I only have one question that I like to ask you, is that when you seen the lanes were a little tighter than the qualifying lanes, why you didn't move a little more to the right?
Well, I was a little stubborn, and it's a bad quality in me. I do it all the time.
Well, Mike had the same problem.
Yeah, that's true. I was being told by Bobby Spallone and also another guy back there to move right, and I just wouldn't listen. I just want to thank Bobby Spallone. He helped me a lot. I was in slump, and Bobby helped me a lot. I came down, and he helped me a little bit of practice section, and he helped me a lot.
Well, you bowled very well.
Thank you.
And it was an exciting match, even though
Yeah,
it was a
even though it was a
low-scoring
bad-
match, because we really didn't know who was going to win it.
Oh, I did.
You know, I just want to make one more comment to you, Alan. You know, you've been supporting the bowling club every single month. I appreciate that. Bobby appreciates it. It's bowlers like you that make the club work.
I enjoy myself. It's
Now,
fun.
I know you felt a little nervous today,
Yeah, a little bit, yes.
but that's the kind of nervousness that everybody wants to feel. That's
Well,
a
I
good
wanna-
nervousness.
I want to get back next month, that's for
So,
sure.
so now your
That's for
adrenaline's
sure.
pumping for the Singles Classic.
That's right.
You've got a little experience as far as the camera is concerned, and maybe the next time we're going to be
Yeah,
giving you
this
the
light's,
trophy.
this light's a little bright, that's for
Definitely,
sure.
especially off the top of my head. But
I
anyway,
thought I saw a shine on the alley.
Alan, as always, I
Thank
thank
you,
you.
Donnie. Thank you.
We'll see you
Thank
Saturday with the Staten
I'll
Island
see you
Singles Classic. Runner-up, Alan Fuca. Okay, Bobby, let's bring up our latest champion. Let's bring up our host, Bobby Spallone, to present the trophy. And our latest champion, who's coming to the winner's circle for the 4th time in our young Staten Island Bowling Club history. How about a nice round of applause, Mike Scotti. I got 2 questions for you. First question, I hope you're going to take care of your partner, Mike Palmieri, for supplying your wardrobe. Okay? Because without him, you got to get half, Mikey. Got to get half. Okay? You're going to go on to the TSC. You're going to represent Columbian Lanes. This is your 4th title with the club.
Right.
I made a comment to Bobby Simo during the course of the competition. You seem to be the more relaxed bowler of the 2 during the course of the competition.
Actually, I was really nervous. I was nervous through the whole thing. Every match game, I was nervous as all hell, actually. I was just trying to stay calm, a little breathing and stuff, and I don't know how I did, you know, throw 250s twice, and then I come here and throw 160. Ah, that hurt. This lane was tough.
Bobby, your question.
Mike, my question is very simple.
Uh-oh.
Why is it every time I see you, you have a smile on your face?
I don't
Whether you're
know.
losing or winning.
I take everything lightly. I
You
don't care.
seem to have a lot of fans here at Columbia Lyceum.
I
They were
thought,
giving you that Ranger hoot.
yeah, I thought they were rooting for Allen, but I don't know. They like me, I guess.
Well, I guess you know we're going to take a lot of pins away from you.
Oh yeah, they're gone. Yeah, Donnie's gonna definitely love that. This son of a gun. He says that all the time. The
That's
rat.
4 wins in the club. I believe that's the most of any other bowler.
No,
Manny
Manny
Pepitone
Pepitone
has
four
4,
also.
but that's including the Tournament of Champions
Okay,
victory.
so not
you're-
4 regular.
Right.
So he has 4 regular.
Stops,
You'll
yeah.
be at the
Have 4
Tournament of
recent.
Champions.
One
You'll
more
be
time.
representing Columbian Lyceum.
And also, he now has earnings totaling over $3,300 worth of bonus.
Ooh, excellent. Thank
Not
you.
too shabby.
That's good. That's definitely.
IRS is watching this program.
Let's not.
Where is Richie?
Let's bring out Bob Spallone with the trophy.
My first one, my God.
Donnie, we finally got a trophy.
On behalf of Columbian Lanes, Mike, you bowled real good. Congratulations.
Thanks.
We'll
Thank you
be
very much.
Real proud to have you in the Tournament of Champions.
Bob
Great,
Spallone
thank
was
you.
saying in the back also that he'd like you and Alan to come down a little early next week. He wants to give you a lesson on spare shooting.
Yeah, we definitely need it. Definitely need it.
We had a great
yes.
match. It wasn't a high-scoring match, but let me tell you, it was an exciting match, and no one knew who was going to grab the match, but it seemed you started to roll the ball a lot earlier than Alan did, and you were there in the pocket.
I was adjusting little by little through the game, and sometimes the ball would react stronger, and sometimes I would tug it, so that wouldn't matter.
You did a great
No
job.
adjustment there.
Great job.
Thanks.
You got a question for Mike before we let him go?
Yeah, I have one question, Mike. On the other pairs, you bowled real good. And not that you didn't bowl good here, but it was just that you was struggling in the beginning, and you just made the adjustment. You made the adjustment quicker than Alan did.
A little bit.
But
Slight.
that's the name of the game of bowling. Who
think
makes
it's
the
the pants.
adjustments on
I
the
think it was
lanes?
my pants. I couldn't bend over.
Well, good bowling again, Mike.
Thanks. Thanks a lot.
Okay, Bobby, I want to first of all thank Columbian Lanes for hosting us. We always draw well when we come to Columbian, in spite of the house. Columbian was gracious to donate the trophy. I thank you for that. Scores have been very, very good here for the last 2 weekends of qualifying. So good, in fact, that last night we added a squad because they just wanted to keep bowling. We look forward to coming back here again. I know we'll always be thrown out the red carpet, as we always are. I want to congratulate Mike Scotti for his 4th title with the Staten Island Bowling Club. Kudos to Alan Fuca, his first highest finished ever with the Staten Island Bowling Club since we started 6 years ago. I want to thank all you people that are out there watching us on channels 24 and 35. Saturday will take us to Country Lanes for our 16th annual Staten Island Singles Classic. That has a guaranteed first place of $1,200. I know we're going to draw our entries. We always draw 500 and change in that. So again, I thank all of you. This is Donnie Walter signing off for the Staten Island Bowling Club here at Columbian Lanes. Everybody watching, go bowling. It makes you feel like you'd like to. Okay.